It's like November 20 whatever, 2010. I had never smoked weed before. I had never drank before. I am 21 years old. Had a coworker of mine who was like, "Yo, bro, man, you are so funny, bro, man. You got those jokes, man. Dude, I want to fucking blow down with you, bro. I want to fucking, I want to smoke with you, man. You smoke?" And I was like, "No, not really. I don't know. I don't think it's really for me. You know, I don't want to really get high to escape reality. I kind of like to embrace reality." And at least that's kind of like my own personal stance on it. I'm not against it if you do it, but I don't think it's really for me. So I caved in because this was like a good friend of mine who I would play Halo 3 with. So I asked him, like, well, why do you smoke when you play games? I feel like, you know, your reaction time would dwindle when you're playing like Halo 3 or whatever because you're high. He's like, "No, man, it puts me in the game, bro. Like I am the chief. You feel me?" And I didn't really get it, but I was intrigued by his description of it. So I was like, all right, well, I'll smoke with you, no big deal. So he hits up his drug dealer to get some stuff for us, and he can't pull through that night. So he like goes to the gas station and gets some legal weed. Yeah, at the K2. So he got some of that shit at the gas station. And you know, and I'm dumb. I don't know what I'm doing here. I just thought, you know, he had some really sour smelling shit or whatever. So he loads it up in his bong and everything, and we smoke. "Do you feel anything yet?" And I was like, "No, not really. It just, you know, it tastes like shit is what it does." And then he like does a charge for me. So that happens, and I'm coughing uncontrollably. 2 minutes later, I'm done. Like everything slows down now. Nothing made sense anymore. Like I was way too high. I didn't know what was going on at this point. Like I felt like I was like no longer on planet Earth. Every sensation was foreign to me. Depth, color, light, taste, touch, sound, everything. Nothing to me was giving me the reassurance that I was a human. I was having a panic attack during an existential crisis while not knowing where the fuck I was or what the fuck was going on, dude. I was trying to listen to him talk to me, and he was just like talking way too fast. I just couldn't. And I'm like, "Yo, slow down." And like when I would tell him to slow down and speak slower, like when my hand would finally go to reach his face, tell him to stop talking, I'm already in another room. Like it happens, time jump, and I'm like in another room now. My perception of time was totally non-existent, and it was a very traumatizing, scary, and damaging experience. I hated it. I actually had suicidal thoughts during it. I thought it would never go down. Like I couldn't tell how long it had been. Him and his boys left me alone because apparently I refused to get in the car. It was probably like for 15 minutes, but when I was this high, like I had no clue how long time was. I felt like this bed I was in was a raft made of nails, and I'm out in the ocean, and every vista I look at is just the horizon line of an ocean, and I was having like whatever the word is for fear of big bodies of water. I was having that happen while the panic attack, while the existential crisis was going on. This feeling I have right now is terrible, and I want to kill myself. And I had never had that kind of thought before, and that kind of scared me a little bit. I wake up, you know, like 8 a.m., and I just like, they're all passed out. I fucking leave their house. I go back to my house, and I just go home, and I fucking cried. And then I realized that things are different now. Whenever I get anxious, I would feel it. I felt like it had like a color. It was triggering existential crises. Like I'd be like, "Oh God, I'm in my body right now," and I'd freak out, and I'd have like an episode similar to when I was like that high that one time. And it was like, it was really fucking with me, dude. And I was starting to have panic attacks, and I was starting to have anxiety issues, which I had never had before prior to this whole weed experience. And then when it got really bad was, this all happens Black Friday 2010. By March, whenever Charlie Sheen was discovered at some Beverly Hills mansion with the two hookers and the cocaine and everything like that, remember when he got booted off 2.5 Men? I got off work, I was chilling. You know, the Charlie Sheen incident had it happened. I was reading about it. And when I was reading the details on the details of like the recklessness of what he was doing, you know, like the cocaine and the hooker, I was getting anxious again. I felt myself like kind of like sinking into my chair. The monitor was getting further and further away, and I was having like another existential crisis. This time the stress was really getting to me because I felt like the walls were closing in. Like I was actually getting claustrophobia in my own room. I felt like the ceiling was like closing in on me, and I'm like, what is? And it was irrational, but I didn't know what to do about it. And I was also I was alone. You know, it was like 2 a.m. Everyone else was already asleep, so I had no one to talk to. I had nothing to really anchor myself back in reality. So I was kind of like letting all these irrational thoughts flood in, and it was freaking me the fuck out, dude. I went outside, and I'm looking at the sky, and I'm like, all right, sky, moon, stars, wind, it's blowing. I'm on Earth. What is going on? Why am I like? What the fuck even was that, dude? I wasn't even like watching a video of him doing cocaine or anything. I was just me reading about the vividness of his thing, of his like whatever, his coke bust he had at the mansion or whatever. And then the next morning is when the whole episode really began, when I was actually depressed. The next morning I wake up, I'm off from work and I don't have class. I wake up and everything feels suddenly really different. I didn't want to do anything. On a day where I had total time and freedom and no commitments, you know, go on the internet, browse the internet, porn, fap, play video games, speedrun Yoshi. None of that, dude. It was really weird. I was like, why do I feel this way? I don't want to do anything. Nothing sounds good. I am actually neutral towards everything, and I don't want to do anything. Everything was not adding up. I couldn't understand it. And then I wasn't hungry. I had to fight to get down like an orange. I could barely get the orange down. And I'm thinking, okay, I have like a stomach virus or whatever. Like I don't feel good because of some kind of irritable stomach thing. And I'm just like, all right, cool. It's cool. That goes on into day 2. Day 2, I go to work. They told me, hey, deliver these fajitas, these beef fajitas to the table of 63. I go over there, and it's a pretty obese man. I go, here's your fajitas. I look at his double chin, and I think, oh God, if I eat bad food, I'm gonna be fat like that. Holy fuck! And I immediately have like a panic attack. I'm like, like I feel like my heart rate accelerate, and I'm like fucking freaking out in my head. I'm like, oh my God, I can't stop it. I can't stop it. And I realized, and then I have to like go outside and like fucking like just like calm down again. I have to like sky, moon, sky, fucking chill. And I realize now, I'm like, okay, there's a pattern here. These irrational thoughts are stampeding into me. I accept them as absolute reality. Oh God, I'm gonna be fat if I eat bad food. Holy shit! And I panic. That's what it felt like. It was happening over and over again. These panic attacks are happening more frequently, and it was really freaking me out. Day 4 of since the whole like Charlie Sheen thing. This is all the same week, by the way. I'm just like, I feel like I'm mentally exhausted. I feel like I'm constantly at 100% CPU usage. I can't turn my brain off, and I don't know what the fuck to do. By this point, I've told my mom that I'm not feeling very well, and I haven't really eaten much in the last 2 days. My mom was off, and she was like, okay, let's go to a doctor together. So we went to a doctor. I'm telling the doctor how I feel, and I realized that I'm like, just please tell me what's wrong with me. I hate how I feel right now, and this is like, I feel like I'm exhausted all day long. I'm never getting any fucking sleep. I'm not hungry. I'm not eating. What's wrong with me? When I was telling her as thoroughly as I could how I was feeling and why I felt that way, I had to come clean about the weed thing too. So I told her about that as well and how that made me feel. And by the end of telling her, my mom in the room and the doctor right there in front of me, telling her how I felt and what happened, I was crying. I didn't even realize it. I was recapping the entire event so vividly was actually giving me feelings of anxiety in that room, just even recalling it, because it was so the worst thing by far in my life, period. Like anything else is 2 out of 10. This I actually felt like I had completely no control, falling in an abyss, and nothing visually or sensory information wise made any sense. And I realized I was crying to her, and I feel like I'm not one to cry very often. I was crying at her, and I'm like, why am I so emotionally short-fused right now? This is so unlike me. I don't understand who I am right now. My quality of life has diminished so rapidly in 4 days. It's actually blown me the fuck away right now. I cannot believe this. The doctor told me that you're depressed with thought-induced anxiety. She gave me a starter pack of antidepressant, Which again, remember, I was going there to get stomach medicine, not brain shit. I'm just like, wait, well, I'm what? I'm depressed. What? He's like, yeah, what you're describing sounds like depression. You are depressed and you have thought-induced anxiety, and I'm gonna give you here a 2-week starter pack. And when she said 2-week starter pack, I was like, oh my god, she's giving me antidepressant. Holy fucking shit. And I'm just sitting there like, what in the fuck, dude? Am I mentally broken? I need a pill to fix my brain? What is this gonna do to me, dude? Is this gonna make my personality different? Am I even gonna be aware of how I come off to people? Will my mood be unstable? Can I even function around friends anymore? What the fuck is going on, dude? Are you serious? I was terrified, y'all. I was scared. I was not happy about that. My mood was already terrible before this thing, and now I'm just like super fucking sad. Before I was scared, I was anxious. Now I'm sad and I'm defeated. So that night, any thought I was having, no matter, like, it would be irrational. I couldn't turn it off, and it would stampede like a raging typhoon, and I didn't know what to do about it. So I had thoughts like, oh, well, you're broken. So if you go to sleep now and you won't wake up, you're gonna die in your sleep. And I'm like, so I was like, I would have like, I would like wake up in panic because I was scared to go to sleep. Because I actually had that thought entertain itself and linger in my logic center, I guess. I would think that the sun is gonna go down and that there will never be daytime ever again. And I would actually get scared when I'm seeing the sunset come, because I'm like, will the sun ever come up again? Like, these irrational thoughts just kept fucking coming into it, and they were more frequent, and I didn't know how to stop them, and I didn't know what to do about them, and I felt like if I told my mom, she would think I'm going fucking crazy, and I knew that. I knew I was losing it, and I didn't know what to do about it. I would drift like a balloon away from reality, and I couldn't bring it back in, and it was scaring me, and I didn't know who to talk to about it or anything, and I'm looking at these fucking pills, and it's freaking me the fuck out, dude. So, that night, it's time to go to sleep. I haven't eaten. By the way, at this point now, I am not eating anymore. I was eating like small things, but after the doctor visit at the end of day 4, I go to fall asleep, and I have like this vivid vision of like a faceless horned demon riding out and coming right at me. And I would only describe it as like a night terror. That's what it felt like. It felt so fucking vivid that I actually did not want to go back to sleep. I eventually fell asleep, but I was definitely, think here, my brain is 100% at all times, and I can't turn it off, and my temples are like so tense, and my forehead is so hot, and I am so exhausted, and I'm obviously malnourished, and I'm very fucking moody, and I'm cranky, and I'm insecure, and I don't know what the fuck to do with myself. So then the next morning comes. I wake up. My mom has work. She's like, listen, take your pill, you'll feel better, and I wish you luck, but I gotta go to work now. I woke up like battery wise, like negative 50%. I'm just like so fucking done. All I can say is that my quality of life had plummeted and diminished so fast. I could not believe how badly that can happen so quickly. And I'm sitting here just like fucking miserable, looking at the stupid packet of pills, just like, dude. And I know the rational me would like Google, Prestige and look into the side effects, all those shit. I didn't want to do it anymore. I was like, no, if I look at the side effects, I'm probably gonna freak out and not take the fucking pill. And I want to feel better at this point now. So like I hate that I'm dependent on a fucking pill to feel normal, but holy fuck, do I need something, because I don't know what to do at this point anymore. I'm done. So y'all, I take the pill out. It's a 2-week pack, so I got 14 pills. I look at it, I stare at it. I'm just like, I gotta fucking do it, dude. And I cried while I took the pill. I think I cried in the bathroom, and I'm just like waiting for it. I'm just like waiting for what happens when I do, because I don't know how it's gonna fucking feel. In about 15 minutes, I feel it. I feel like the pill. It's 2 layers. The first layer is a fast dissolve 1 hour, and the other is like a slow dissolve 23 hour. It's not a magic pill. Shocker, obviously, you guys already know this, I know. But antidepressant, what it does, or what it felt like to me, is that if you imagine that the anxiety and the fear and all the negative emotions you feel are like thunder shocks. They're like, whatever, right? Think like an electric globe, right? And all your emotions when you're happy and sad, they're all, they go on the higher end of the scale. What an antidepressant does is it kind of like lowers the variable of emotion. It kind of caps it. You can never feel 10 out of 10 happy or 10 out of 10 sad. All you feel is like 4 through 6. You're kind of like stuck right here. You feel neutral. Nothing brings you down, but nothing brings you up. You're not you. You're really not you. I didn't enjoy shit. I didn't fucking do anything. It was just like, I felt like I was like floating through a river and I'm just getting through the day. Time is passing, but I have nothing to contribute to anything at all because I don't feel anything. This is not who I want to be, and this is not fixing what I have going on right now. This is what I have to deal with. This is fucking terrible, and I wasn't enjoying it at all. Now, the plot twist here is that my mom told me, if you're feeling really, really bad, go talk to your Uncle James next door, or go talk to our next door neighbor, Aaron. I go over to my next door Aaron's house. I barely even know this guy. He did 2 tours in Iraq, and he had PTSD. That's all I knew. I tell him about my story, and he's like, "Oh man, don't worry about it, bro. You can." He was like, "Don't worry, man. You can conquer that. You can conquer depression." And up until this point, no one had told me that depression could be conquered. Just only you coexist with or you deal with. You don't actually beat it. And I'm like, wait. You were depressed and you're no longer depressed? He was like, yeah, I beat that. And I'm like, and so he told me about, this thing called GABA plus, that it was all natural. It had proven science to it. It helps curb anxiety and that it would feel really, really good. And he conveniently had a bottle of it. He took it for like 3 months straight. And afterward, he felt better. And he said that, you should try it at least. You should try. I have some here right now. You can try a couple of these and see how you feel about it. The first time I felt something since 5 days ago was him telling me that you can conquer depression. And I was like, holy fucking shit, dude. Let's fucking go. I didn't know, obviously I didn't look into the science of the whole thing. I didn't know how real it was. I took him for his word. I had nothing to fucking lose at this point. So I popped 2 right away, and within an hour, dude, I'm sitting here just talking to him, listening to his story about how he did 2 tours in Iraq, and he was giving me his whole story there, and I cried. I cried when he was telling me his story, and because I was so easily moved, and he was like, okay, now watch it now. A side effect of GABA is that it makes you very vulnerable emotionally. Like you'll be very mushy is the word I would use actually. Oh God, I felt something. I can do it. If I take your method and I conquer depression, I don't coexist with the antidepressants. I don't accept this as the new normal. I can beat this. I can beat this my way through positive thinking and a recalibration via GABA plus, and I can do this. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna fucking do it. He's like, dude, fucking do it, bro. Like, he was like, yo, right on, fucking do it, man. And I ran over to, I ran back home, and I'm just like, got this fuck yeah attitude. And mom came home. I told her, Mom, I'm done taking antidepressant. I saw Aaron and GABA plus, and I don't need this shit, and I'm gonna fucking do this shit, and I'm gonna eat again, and you know what? I'm fucking listen to me right now. I'm motivated. I'm excited. I'm you know what? I'm hungry. I actually want some food. Oh, also, I'm getting a sad part here. I'm sorry. Let's rewind back here. Okay, sad boys again. So, the evening of night 4, where the same day that I went to the clinic to get diagnosed with the depression or anything like that, that night I am incredibly sad. And my mom asked me, "What do you want to eat?" And I'm just like, nothing. I don't know. Not really. I give her. She makes me like this, like very bland, no seasoning corn or no seasoning chicken with like no butter, no nothing corn. Normal Trihex would go like food. Man, fuck, man. What a seasoning, what a butter, what a ketchup. I mean, just fucking eat it all down. All right, cool. Thanks. I'm out. The thought of eating makes me want to immediately gag and throw up, but I have nothing to throw up because I haven't ate anything. I take the chicken and I cut it so thin I can just swallow the whole thing whole, and I try. I just fucking try to do it. I almost gag doing it as well. And I'm just like, I mean, dude, a lot of sighing. I remember when I was in this mood set, I would sigh like every 5 minutes. I would just be like, dude, I was such a fucking downer that I didn't know what to do, dude. And so, my mom went in her room because she was done eating, and I'm sitting here with like a cold plate of food now, having ate nothing. And I overhear her on a phone talking to a friend like, I don't know what to do about my baby. He's dying. He's not eating anything. He looks frail, and I don't know what to do. And I overheard that through the door, and I'm just like, fuck, dude. Is it really that bad? Now, I'm telling you that part after the fact because it's really important to know, because the next day after Aaron, after hearing I can conquer depression, after the GABA plus, and I'm feeling emotions now, and I'm like, I'm like, I can. I tell her I'm hungry, and I want chicken, and she makes it again. She had leftovers. She makes the chicken again, bland, no seasoning with the corn, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna eat it. And so I start eating it, and I'm like, you know what, Mom, this chicken, it's bland. It needs seasoning. I want ketchup. This corn is boring. It needs butter. It needs flavor. I'm hungry. I desire taste. I craved flavor again for the first time in like 5 days. I'm like, oh my God. It was a very small meal, and I felt like it hurt how full it was. My stomach had actually shrunk. It was crazy. And I bounced back. And that was the start of it. From there, the momentum kept building up again. And I was like, yeah, I can. And I kept thinking, okay, what are things I can do to keep feeling good? I'm just going to keep doing things to feel good. I want to help people out. So I would go to Uncle James's house, and I would go help him out and shit. I'm going to get my shit back together. I'm going to fucking go back to work, and I'm going to fucking go back to class. I'm going to be a functioning human being again. I'm going to be back in my fucking mojo. And the thought of being back to where I was before all this shit had me the happiest I had ever been. I was like, yo, if I can get back to where I was before, holy fuck, I will never take another day for granted. So I was working on that. I thought, no, I'm going to tell every person that I love, if I have anything I'm holding back on them that I feel like I need to come clean on, whether I've like perhaps wronged them in the past or like whatever, I did. I don't remember the examples particularly. I remember one was I told my stepdad, hey, listen, I need to tell you something really important. I'm very sorry about the time that, I'm very sorry. I used to use, y'all's bathroom in the master bedroom, to shower when you're not home, because your shower has the hotter water from the water heater. I know it sounds incredibly fucking dumb, but like it's what made me feel better. The last step in the whole recovery is I'm going to tell my parents that I'm atheist, because that will be my last baggage, my last bone in the closet that they don't know about. And then they'll know the real me, and then we can go forward. A month later, I don't know, April something, 2011, and now I brought it all the way back to what happened that day. Son, I love you, but that's the stupidest fucking thing you could have told me. If you had told me, I actually wish you would have told me you were gay instead. And then he goes off. Since then, I've told myself, yeah, I made a promise to my mom that I will never get that way ever again. I'll never get that vulnerable. I you know, I do feel like I've conquered depression. I I have not taken any antidepressant since that day, since whatever it was, March, whatever the fuck, 2011. And yeah, and here I am now. This is probably only my. I'm pretty confident I've only told the story 3 times. This is my 3rd time here telling it, and when I told it last time, it was like 2013. So yeah, that's the and now you guys know the kind of the whole thing here. I mean, how much of it was placebo with GABA plus? I don't know. I mean, it helped me out. If you don't believe me, I mean, you can, if you're skeptical about it or whatever, just like, I don't know, go to Amazon.com and look up GABA plus, look at all the reviews. It has a thing in it that's like a known thing to help minimize anxiety. Yeah, this is the woke. This is a anime. I don't really fuck with that, but hentai, that's my shit.
No witty thing here. Just 55 months strong of support.
Thank you, Kitsu. Yeah, so that's the so yeah, that's all that now.